notes for your relationship. Yeah,
I'm
friendship
taking
and
notes.
relations is the same thing, same type of work.
Very true.
All right, I don't know if y'all guys want to keep on pushing it. We had an hour and 30 minutes at the moment. I don't know how long y'all try to be on. If y'all want to knock out these articles or the book of the week.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Cassandra.
I'm about to slide on.
Yeah, Cassandra, go ahead with book of the week.
Okay. It wasn't a book. It was really stop me. It was an article, and it was I don't have the article in front of me, but there's so many of them, so I could just talk about it. I don't know how many of you on here have student loans, but the article I was bringing this week was about what our president, President Biden, has brought to the table with the loan forgiveness, and I just wanted to kind of get everybody's perspective on it. There's plenty of articles on Apple News. There's plenty of articles on ABC News. If you don't really understand, I can probably send a link for of the clearest article that I found. But basically, if you make less than $125,000, the president has decided that they're going to forgive $10,000 of your loans, and it would become $20,000 if you did receive Pell Grant while you were in college. So I just brought that up because I wanted you guys to, like, one, be educated, because an educated person is a dangerous weapon, right? And two, so that if you don't understand it, you could probably ask somebody here or go look into it to see that, maybe this could be the open door that you've been praying for, so that you could buy a house or buy a car or create generational wealth for your family. So definitely, I'm going to share it in the group chat. If you don't have student loans and your spouse does, this still impacts you, baby, because one money, one house, or if your siblings have student loans and you don't, share it with everybody. The link I'm going to send. But I did want to kind of get everybody's perspective on it. Like, I know we're running short on time, so it probably could be 1 minute, but to see, like, what do you think about it? Me, I'll start off. Personally, I think it is a blessing. I am taking it as a blessing, not to shoot down anybody who has already paid off their student loans, because I have friends who have already paid off their student loans already. Yeah, I have a friend who paid off their student loans already, but her and her husband's business was booming when they were together, so she was able to pay off her student loans. But I think it is a blessing. For me, I personally have, counting all the student loans I have, it's about 50 something, almost 60 something, and maybe 10 of that is just interest. 10 of it is just interest. So for me, that's going to bring me down to a point where I feel like it's going to be more achievable for me to pay off them student loans. So I think it's a blessing. I know it's going to backfire. Everything in America backfires. I'm dealing with inflation now from the stupid stimulus checks that they done sent me. But either way, yeah.
Why y'all got so much student loans? Like, Jesus Christ.
Well, unfortunately.
Listen. Hold on. Yeah, how many women on here, bro? I'm pretty sure. I don't know if Zeke or Junior got student loans, but I got student loans. But you got student loans, Cassandra.
I don't.
Show no motion got student loans, and I don't know if Mona got student
Mona,
loans.
you got student loans?
Listen to the numbers of the girls, and then I'm gonna tell y'all my numbers.
Very minimal.
Go ahead.
What's your number, Mona?
Child, I could pay them people off today, but I'm not. I already knew I was never going.
I never planned on paying them niggas back. First of all,
how much is yours? First of all,
the whole system is a scam. Okay,
college is a scam.
It's a whole scam.
How much is yours?
Mine is $78,000. I am loud and proud. But I have a master's degree. I have a master's, so I went to school a little bit longer than everybody. But I will continue. I'll go get my doctorate because I ain't paying them niggas back.
Bruh, I said the same thing. I said,
I gotta put that pressure on my back, bro.
This upcoming semester, I'm not paying them. I'm going back to school because I'm not gonna pay them.
How much you got, Cliff?
I got $4,800 or $800.
Bro, how you was paying to go to college? Who was paying for you to go to college?
Pell Grant, first to go to college, stuff like that. I didn't take no loans out until I needed that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't.
Well, I took it and I used that refund check to pay rent. I bought clothes. I bought a car.
That's why Biden ain't gonna forgive yours, man. That's why he ain't forgiving yours.
Listen, I bought mine stacked up. Okay, Naomi, give me a second, baby. Mine stacked up because when I went through that depression, that was junior year at FAU, when I went through that depression, I failed all my classes, and then I got kicked out of FAU. And then when I rededicated my life back to Christ, I was like, okay, let me finish college. And I went to Florida Memorial in Miami. That's what really was a kicker, because it's a private school. So a semester at Florida Memorial, when a semester at FAU was running me about maybe $8,000, a semester at Florida Memorial was running me about 12, and I wasn't even living there. I didn't even live there. So honestly, like Shirley said, a lot of the times I didn't have to take the extra money. I didn't need it, but I wanted I wanted them Nine West shoes. I wanted my new T-Mobile phone. I needed gas in my car. So
for the wrong reasons, bro. For the wrong reasons.
At the end of the day, listen, I didn't vote for Biden because he said anything about forgiving student loans. Like Shirley and Mona said, my concept was, I don't think I was ever focused like, oh, I'm going to pay them back one day. I was going to do my best, because as a Christian, the Bible does tell us, oh, no man, nothing but love. So I was supposed to pay it back. But as far as like stressing myself out, I think I made a post about this on Instagram once before. I'm not stressing myself out about student loans. I bought 2 cars. I bought more than 2 cars. I bought 2 houses, multiple cars, paid for my kids to go to decent schools or aftercare programs and all that stuff. Those things were priority to me. Student loans were not. I personally think education in America should be free. So to me, when I signed a promissory note, I knew I was going to pay you back one day, but I wasn't going to rush and do it. I wasn't going to be in lack to pay you back.
It's a scam. You giving
America got it, bro. They worry about them petty 70Ks. They worry about that, man.
You decided to give me 20,000. I'm gonna take all 20. You ain't getting it back though.
You didn't even check my credit, and you gave it to me. So
you saying, my thing is,
I wasn't gonna pay it all in one sitting.
My thing is, it's a loan. The grants, I understand, like Pell Grant, those stuff you don't got to pay back. But y'all took an option, because there was an option. They checked, oh, you want a subsidized loan? And I always say, hell no to that shit, bro. I don't need none of that loan shit. Loan means I got to pay it back. Grant means it's free.
Loan me up,
I'm just saying. So that's what I'm saying. You can't be mad if they ask for their money. You know what I'm saying?
No,
it's a loan. It's like a credit card company.
You work for the Fed?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying it's like the credit card company, bro. You can't have a credit card with $7,000 on it. Use all 7,000 and then be like, oh, Beam, y'all gotta forgive me for the 7,000 I used, bro.
All jokes aside,
I'm gonna take it. But I'm just saying.
First of all, I wish I would have took my refund checks and invested in some real estate.
God knows. God knows.
I would have been a millionaire.
God knows.
But
you okay?
All jokes aside,
you okay?
I take loans and stuff like that because, and when I say I'm not going to pay it back, that's because I always knew about the public service loan forgiveness. Like I just have to pay the minimum for one more year, and they forget all 78,000. So I knew about that. So that's why I say, you want to give it to me, I'm gonna take it because I'm gonna get it forgiven anyways. But if I wasn't gonna give it forgiven, I'm very big on my credit. Like my skin itch if my direct, like my account gets lower than $500. I start getting anxiety. Like I'm very big on credit and money and stuff like that. I don't play with the government and stuff like that. But I just knew it was going to get forgiven. So I load me up, baby.
I didn't know what Shirley knew. I didn't know that one day I would be in public service, so it would be forgiven. I mean, I got 4 years. I got 6 more years. As much as I don't want to work for the government anymore, I want my soft life. I want to live and, serve the Lord in the fullness of his glory. But I just know that for the next 6 years, I'm going to have to sacrifice on balling out at a job and just ride out at the government job to pay it back. I feel like every day that I answer that phone for the government, I am giving my money back to you. That's my money back. Because you don't give me raises. Naomi, okay, thank you, Naomi. You're not giving me the raises I deserve. And the people that I'm dealing with have mental illnesses. I've been called a dirty black bee, all kind of stuff. So I feel like, I'm giving you back your money working here.
How do they know you black?
Oh, they can talk when my voice changes from good afternoon, thanks for calling, and it goes to who you talking to. They know who I am. At that point, they know who I am. But I'm not against it, Cliff. I think it was a good idea. I think there are people
I'm not against
who are
it either,
legit
bro.
committing
It's fine.
suicide because of student loans. Committing suicide because they feel like there's no other way out. I have taken all this money and I keep getting jobs that only pay me 30 bands a year. So I think it was to save America. It was to save us at some point.
But
One thing
my point is why, you know what I'm saying? Because you as an adult, you made a decision to take something, bro. Like they didn't tell you to take it. You made a decision. I'm not saying, okay, I'm not going to take the forgiveness, but I'm saying you made a decision to take something. So for you to say, okay, being people committing suicide, you made that choice. You know what I'm saying? You made a choice. Didn't nobody force a gun down your throat. You didn't have to go to college. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't have to do a certain thing.
Majority of people who have student loans are people of color, because we couldn't afford to go to college. A lot of people don't even know, even to this day, when I was working in high school, there were students that were like, I can't go to college because I can't pay for it. And I'm like, well, you know about financial aid. They don't even know about financial aid. We know about financial aid.
Is not a loan.
Financial aid is a loan. There's two types of
grants. Grants is what I'm talking about. The grants part.
But I'm not talking about grants. I'm talking about financial aid in general. So even the Pell Grant, we fill out the financial aid application. Our parents are on the poverty line, and they give us a Pell Grant for $5,500. That's not enough. That's not enough. So then you have to get loans. And the people that are affected by student loans are people of color, because white people not getting loans. Let's be honest. They have the money to send their kids to school. They have scholarships, or they do Florida prepaid. Our parents weren't set up to do that, so we had to get loans. Sure. And then it was also driven onto us that you got to go to college. That's the only way you're going to get a good job and make some decent money is to go to college and this and that. So we followed that narrative and went to college. Like for me, coming out of college, when I graduated college, I started making $35,000 a year as a teacher, but my student loans was well over $35,000 a year. Granted, I chose that career path. I chose everything, which I understand, but I also did some investigation and realized that my loans could get forgiven. So I was okay with my choice. However, I'm just saying that like there's clearly an imbalance, which is why the president in the United States is trying to wipe out student loans, because the system has been jacked from the beginning. Schools have never even been charging that much at all. Textbooks shouldn't even be costing that much at all. That's why Governor Ron DeSantis he put a freeze on tuition increases, because it's getting out of hand. Every year, universities their tuition is increasing. He had to put a whole stop on it because it's getting out of hand. They shouldn't even be allowed to charge that much for these degrees.
Okay, I get that. Okay, but what I'm trying to say is all things you said. I get what you're saying. But what I'm saying is everything you said was a choice. And then me and you had a discussion, I think the other day. FAU was not that expensive to where the Pell Grant and then the first time college thing couldn't pay for it, bro.
I didn't get first time college, Cliff. You got first time college. Everybody didn't get that.
I'm just saying.
I didn't get it either.
FAU back then was like $2,500 a semester, bro. And then maybe if you stayed, hold on, let me finish my statement. Y'all don't even know where I'm going. And if you stayed on campus, it was an extra. But just for the classes was like $2,500 or something like that. Because I remember, bro, my Pell Grant was covering all that shit, and it was covering my dorms too. Because I was staying in Algonquin.
Florida prepaid, Cliff.
I didn't have Florida prepaid.
Okay,
how you gonna tell me what I got? What I had, bro? I'm telling you, I had a Pell Grant and the first time college thing, bro. That's it. That's it.
Okay, Cliff. You were from Broward. Right?
I'm just saying the Pell Grant paid for my classes and my dorm. It was a cheap dorm, but it was my living situation, my food, and my classes. And that's no loan.
Everybody's situation is different. Cliff.
That's all I said. It's choices. You know what I'm saying? You choose what you.
I'm okay with
I didn't want no loan, so I chose the cheaper dorm, the cheaper meal plan, and then my classes to get paid. And then I got a refund still, bro. It was a cheap refund, but I got a little refund.
But your Pell Grant.
I'm just saying people had choices.
Your Pell Grant didn't cover all that. You also had a scholarship.
I was about to say, bro, Pell Grant couldn't cover all that, bro.
like I said, the Pell Grant was $5,200 and $260 or something like that.
For the
And
year.
then my first.
That was
What'd you
for the
do?
year.
One semester?
Each semester.
No, it was not.
First
Cliff,
semester.
Cliff, I work financial aid. They only gave you $5,500 for the year.
Oh, you're right. My bad. So that means FAU was even cheaper because my Pell Grant covered the whole semester. That half the semester, it covered that whole half. So that means it was even cheaper than 20-some.
But Cliff, you got a scholarship. You keep forgetting the fact that
it's $1,000. It was $1,000. So split between two semesters is $500 each. That didn't break the bank, bro. I'm just telling you, bro. It was affordable to go to FAU and stay on campus if you did it the right way, bro. People chose to go to HBT, chose to go to IRT.
Upset.
I'm not getting upset. I'm just letting y'all see it was a choice. You chose to take a loan.
You chose to give me that loan, so we all making sacrifices. You chose to give me that money.
Y'all don't get it, man. Y'all don't get it.
Well,
all I'm saying is people need to be responsible for their choices. They made a choice to get a loan. I'm happy it's getting forgiven. I'm happy it's getting forgiven. I'm going to take the forgiveness too. I'm just saying, you made a choice. You shouldn't rely on them to have to forgive it for you, bro, because you made a decision as a grown up.
I mean, it all falls down that I really don't feel sorry for nothing about the government. That's where I'm at. I really don't have no feelings, no ill will. I don't feel sorry about nothing that goes against the government. Like they should have chosen not to put Black people at a disadvantage.
I just personally feel like, Cliff, to have the perspective that because you chose that money, you shouldn't depend on them to pay it back. I just think it's a little ludicrous because, as your wife said, we did not. We were.
So I shouldn't expect to take some money out from somewhere and expect to pay it back. That don't make. That's not ludicrous, bro. That makes sense.
One second. Just listen. Just hear me out. I think it's a little silly for the government, not even you, Cliff, to believe, for anyone who's in the American government who believes that you need to pay this money back because you signed a promissory note, when they knew full well when they gave us the money, especially if you go and look at how much debt people are in because of student loans, and you look at the generation, you told us if we didn't go to college, we wouldn't get a job. We went to college, right? We borrowed the money hold on, Cliff. We borrowed the money to get into the workforce so that we could pay back the money. Nobody prepared us and told us that at the end of the day, you're not going to get a job where you're going to be able to afford these things. So you're going to need to either become a teacher or become a public servant to be able to pay this money back. It doesn't matter whether or not we were dependent on it in the first place.
There's no accountability on
Shirley
this, bro.
said,
you made a choice.
The president realized we were scammed. Let's be real. The president did it because he wanted
nobody is saying that we didn't.
She said it's sad that the government expects for people to pay this back. You made a choice as a grown up. She said, "Oh, it was put in our head to go to college." They didn't put that in your head.
Yes, they did.
Your family did that shit, bro. Like,
no, Cliff. No. Maybe
the government made you go to college.
Our family didn't just tell us to go to college.
It doesn't matter. That's not the government's problem, bro. The government made you go to college. It made you go to college. It made
you go to college. Did I want to be
nobody? I chose to go to college.
I knew if I didn't go to college, I was going to be a bum.
But nobody made you go to college. Nobody made you take the loans. Nobody. You're skating off responsibility and just saying, okay, the government should have known that we wasn't going to be able to pay for it. That don't make no sense, bro.
I can't take that back, Cliff. They should have known we were going to struggle to pay it back. I'm sorry that it offends you, my love. But
it don't offend me. It don't offend me, bro.
Now you getting real tight over there. You getting real tight.
Nah, I'm just saying that you ain't gonna take no accountability for it, but I'm cool.
Shirley, are they bugging y'all line? Because Cliff going real hard for the
Cliff, do you got money in your back pocket?
Cliff's a Republican.
No, I'm just saying, if I take something from somebody, I'm going to pay them back, and I expect to pay them back. That's all I'm saying. I took something from the government. I expect to pay you back.
Everything the government took from us.
You didn't make me take it from you. You know what I'm saying? You didn't make me take it from you. So what about
everything the government took from us?
That's a different subject, bro. That's a whole different case, bro. We can bring that up.
Your baseline is if I take something from someone, I gotta give it back. What is this? This is them giving it back.
I'm talking about loans right now, bro.
But the moral of your story is,
right.
what you stand on is that you take something from someone, so you give it back. Man, we was
Yes.
already born at a disadvantage. I don't give a damn about them people.
All right,
I'm
everybody.
just saying.
We all understand it was a choice. However, some of us would not be here if we did not make that choice to take the loans.
Just take the accountability. That's all I said. Because I'm gonna take the forgiveness, bro. I'm taking the forgiveness.
Okay.
I'm happy.
Why are you taking the forgiveness? Pay your
I'm happy.
4,000.
I would, but that's what I'm saying. I didn't expect
Pay your
to
4,000
be forgiven
so I can
for it.
get
I
an
didn't expect to
extra
be
4.
forgiven for it. They're gonna forgive me for it. I'll take it. But I was expecting to pay my 4,000 back.
Nah, Cliff,
And
give
I
them
was
people
because
back
I was
their money
accountable
that
for
you
my
took.
choices. I chose to take that 4,000.
Nope.
That
Give them
small
back
ass
their
4,000.
money
I
that
chose
you
to take
took.
that.
Give
I
them
chose
back
to
their
take
money
that.
you took. You owe them.
One thing I didn't know, though, which was brought to my attention, well, thank God for loan forgiveness, because I didn't know that, like, if you die and you owe student loans, they take that value from your house if you own a home. And then also it's passed down to your children. So that loan never goes away. And that's something else that they don't tell you when you're in school and you're getting these loans and things like that. I never knew that until this whole forgiveness thing came out and I started reading up on it, and I didn't know that loan, usually when you die, your debt dies with you, but not student loans.
But that's what I'm saying. Do they not tell you, or do we not just read the shit?
It
It got to be there somewhere. It's legal.
note.
It's legal binding, bro. It got to be there somewhere.
Maybe it's in the promissory note, but we don't, maturity level at that age. We're just signing to make sure we can go to school. So, all right. That was a great article, Cassandra. Sparked a lot of debate. I hope everyone takes advantage of the loan forgiveness program. I'll just jump into my listen now section. So, to be honest with you, I have not been listening to any new music. However, I'm Florida born and raised, so I'm going to always go hard for Florida artists. And the lovely Rod Wave from St. Pete just dropped a new album. You see his background here. So Rod Wave dropped a new album, I think August 11th or 17th or something like that. He dropped a new album. And I haven't fully listened to the full album, but what I did listen to so far does sound pretty good. It's around the same, because I consider Rod Wave to make like pain music. I think it's very relatable. He talks about mental health a lot. He talks about depression a lot in his music and things like that. With this album, he kind of twisted it. It's more about love. I know his past albums were more about things that he went through in his life. So this album is more about love. And if you guys know, about a couple months ago, he was charged with domestic violence for choking his baby mother. So he addresses that on the album. I just think it's a very good album so far from what I've listened to. And in regards to tough times when you are in relationships and how to navigate relationships. And he ties in like his fame and all that and how it is helping him, or no, not helping him, but hurting his relationship, and how he's trying to adjust to life as being more famous and also maintaining a relationship with his baby mother. So it's very vulnerable. It's very honest, which is what I really like about Rod Wave. He's always honest and vulnerable in his music. He goes against the grain. Again, there weren't really much rappers talking about mental health in their songs. So I just appreciate that. And I'm always going to rep for Florida people. And he's from St. Pete. So check out Rod Wave's new album when you get a chance.
I like that. And on that note,
you still mad, Cliff? I love you, though. You still mad? Remember, we solution driven. I respect you, my brother. I receive what you're saying, and I will do my best to continue to work for the government for the next 6 years to pay off my loans. Okay.
Grand Rising.
You gotta pay them back anyways, bro.
What'd you say?
I'm saying you gotta pay them back anyways.
I mean,
everything ain't gonna get forgiven. Everything ain't gonna get forgiven.
But like Shirley said, I mean, I think I'm a little bit more open now to go back to school now that I know them 20 bands coming out.
So you gonna add to it?
For the briefcase.
I get a refund, buy a house
all over again. Like, nah, just forget it.
What you said, Mona? I can't hear you.
I said you getting Cliff hyped up all over again. Just don't
yeah, he getting
agitated.
No, I'm agitated on you gonna add to it, bro. That's what I'm like, whoa.
Woo! You know what agitates me more? When the 1% is laughing at all.
You throwing that on all on the top of your husband's head, bro.
My husband
Stress,
got student
nigga.
loans.
Stress.
That's not stress.
Cliff,
It's not
it's giving Uncle Ruckus vibes. Just man, chill out, man. Just chill.
How? Having $100,000 or $70,000 of
Man,
extra bills on your head is not.
fuck them
I
crackers.
can't say that's stress.
Fuck them.
All right, that's cool.
Mona. You know we just teasing you, right?
Oh,
I
I'm
know
not.
that. I know that. I get it.
I'm
I get
not.
it.
I'm serious.
But on that note,
Where you going, Mona?
For
we
real.
can do a sign off.
Not in my business.
Where you going, child? You
Change
done
the
changed
top
the
and
top
all, man.
on them?
Good
I
night.
was getting ready the whole time. My camera was off.
Shava is stepping on this.
Shava, sweep it up.
All right, sign off, Cliff.
All right, y'all. This
Good
was a
night.
good episode. Got some good topics discussed. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for showing up. Same time next week.
Awesome.
Peace.
Bye, guys.
This was a good one.
Yeah.